I think we're still in morning time. Good morning, world. I just wanted to go live real quick today. Excuse my appearance. I'm a hot mess. It's really muggy out. We've got rain and thunder so far. And so, I just, you know, I'm just a hot mess. I'm still drinking coffee and whatnot. I wanted to stop in today because I had a little experience yesterday and I really wanted to point out good morning, Sandraji. I wanted to point out a couple of things that are important about if you're, building your business using social media, if that's one of the tools in your arsenal. There's a couple of things I want to talk about that some people just forget, and I don't know why. And maybe you have this problem. Maybe you've done this or have had experience with someone that's done it. Um, I want to let you know. So be sure to watch us all the way to the end because I don't want you to miss any of the important parts. If you're watching live, awesome. Say hello. Make sure you're saying hello. And if you're coming back later when I'm finished and you're watching it as a video, go ahead and let me know where you are catching it from. I like to know where you live. That's what I like to know. You don't have to be, you don't have to drop your address, but give me your state. Um, so anyway, good morning or afternoon. I think we're close to afternoon. Um, the number one thing I want to talk about, if you are using social media to grow your business, I want you to think about this very, very carefully. If you've built a beautiful or a big or even semi-big or whatever audience and you have talent and you have a way to inspire people and people come to you and you have no problem growing your page and you have no problem growing your audience and all of a sudden, you've got this ability to get a lot of interaction or anything like that. And you do that and people just, really resonate with who you are. That's a really good thing, especially if you're looking to grow your business. There's a problem though. I've seen this and I just recently saw it. Some of these really inspirational social media celebrities don't really care. And this is how you can tell that they don't really care about the audience that they've built and that they only look at it as a potential paycheck. Um, so let's say, for instance, you are very inspiring. Say, for instance, you have developed an incredible social media following and you're into all this spiritual things or whatever it is that's inspiring, whatever about you is that gets people going and people want to flock to you. There's a lot of different kinds of way of being, inspiring. A lot of different kind of people are going to flock to different kinds of people. And you've built this up and you've got this audience of people that are just like, they hang on your word and they can't wait to see your content and they look forward to your videos and they look forward to your posts and they want to be around you, even just on social media. They maybe want to even go to events where you're going to be and they want to, be part of what you have going on because you're inspiring them. The number one thing you don't do is disappear from social media for any length of time at all, unless you're going on vacation. And if you are going on vacation, you might want to have some post schedule and have a virtual assistant maybe follow up with people while you're gone. And you can let people know, hey, I'm on vacation. I'm not going to be in self-service or I'm not going to be sitting in front of my computer the whole time. I'm going to have my assistant, catching up with you and keeping me, and keeping notes and keeping me updated on what's going on. So when I get back, I can reach out to you. You don't disappear for 6 months. You don't disappear for a year. You don't disappear for a year and a half or 2 years. You don't do that. And if you do that, you certainly do not come back to social media the minute you join some business op just so that you can exploit your contacts. Because trust me, people know when they're not important. So if you care about your social media audience, I don't care if it's 20 people. You don't just log back onto your Facebook account after being gone forever and then message them to see if they want to take a look at what you got going on now. Where were you? People, I know social media is not the real world. I know that it's not the real world, but guess what? At this day and age, maybe it is more of the real world than we think. And if that's how you want to do it, then you should probably build belly to belly. Because If you are going to treat the people that hung on every one of your posts and interacted with you like crazy, and then you disappeared, and then come back a year and a half later, or 2 years later, or 6 months later, or 30 days later, and the first thing you want to do is get them into your biz op, then you have never, ever, ever looked at anybody the way that people want to be looked at. I've been saying this hashtag here for a couple of weeks now because I really feel like this is important. I've been saying live to serve, serve to live, and that's the truth. That's the truth. You should never look at anyone as somebody that you can get into your thing. And you certainly shouldn't be like, oh, let me log back onto my Facebook because I had 5,000 friends before and I had 5,000 followers before, or 2,000 followers, or whatever it is, so that I can go and see how many of those I can get into my business, because I need to make money is what basically you're saying. I need to make money, and I need to make it with you guys, and I need to make it off of you guys. See, that's not how it goes. Network marketing and in general, many home-based businesses or something like that, it's about helping other people. This is the type of person, and if you're going to be this type of person that will join just to get the bonus checks and then drop it or go on to the next thing and hope that these people are going to get dragged around with you. If you want to be a leader and you want to be successful in your network marketing company or your home-based business, and you want to develop the relationships that you have with the people that want your content, that is not how you treat them. And you should be really taking a look at that for yourself. If you're in it for the quick check or for a bonus that you could get, if you could convince a quarter of the people that follow you to do it, then you're not doing it for the right reasons. You're just not doing it for the right reasons. So that's number one. If you're using social media to build your business and your relationships and your network, you don't treat your people that want your content like a paycheck. Number two, there's a couple of really simple and obvious things that I want to add to that. The main meat of that conversation was that first one. Number two is, don't talk about business all the time. Be personal. Share people the life that you've got. Be authentic. If you've got to go to work, let people know you got to go to work. Most people have to go to work. Most people got to go to work. Don't wait until you have to before you do. Okay? So on social media, be open. You don't have to be super duper open. You don't have to have every post public. I know a lot of people, they get a lot of exposure of my granddaughter. It's been about 6 months now, maybe a little over that. I started actually making most of my granddaughter posts just friends only. And I keep really tight lid on my friends. Like I make sure that they're people I want to be friends with. You know what I'm saying? And that, it's important. It's important. However, so my friends do get some of that, but when you come to my profile and you're looking at me from somebody that's not my friend yet, you might not see an awful lot of Stella. It's going to be more inspirational stuff and maybe some swimming stuff or some hiking pictures or something like that, or the tree that I like to take pictures of all through the season. Be real, be authentic, and, make sure you're doing that. Go ahead and start making some videos, even if you're a nervous wreck. Don't worry about how perfect you are, because perfectionists, they get jobs. And maybe that's okay with you. But if you're trying to build a business, perfectionists don't tend to move forward. Ray Higdon was talking about this today, and it makes so much sense, and it's a Brendan Burchard quote. Version 1.0 is far better than version 0.0. So make sure you're getting something done. And if you're using social media, make sure you're posting, make sure you're reaching out to people, and make sure that you're, being real and letting people know who you are. Don't make a lot of business posts. If you do, make it celebration. Don't talk about the company name. Don't do that. You want people to ask you, hey, I really like being around you on social media. I like to, I'm curious of what it would be like to do business with you. Those are the kind of messages you want. You don't want to be treating people on your social media as if they're a paycheck. Now, if you are reaching out to people on social media and you're doing your job, you're prospecting and you're building relationships and you're doing all that stuff, be to the point, but be real and give them a way out. And don't ever make somebody feel like they're a paycheck. The way that you can be sure that you don't make somebody feel that way is you don't delete them when they say no. You don't stop talking to them because they say no. You continue to talk to them. You never know when somebody's going to say, you know what, I really appreciated how you made me feel when I said no. And now I'm in a situation where I'm like, I'm not really happy with what I'm doing, or I've been noticing some of your posts and I think that I would like to become involved, even if it's just as a customer. If you treat people badly and you make them feel like a paycheck, that situation won't happen for you. As a matter of fact, if they did have curiosity about what you're doing, they will go find someone else doing it and sign up with them. That's just the truth. Yes, Stella. You want pepperoni pizza for dinner? Okay, we'll see if we can work that out. My granddaughter's sick today. And she's got a little bit of a fever. Well, yesterday she had a fever. Today she actually just puked. I'm like, oh gosh. She made it to the bathroom though, thank goodness. So make sure that you're being a human being, because they know, people know when you're just looking at them like a paycheck, or you just have dollar signs in your eyes, or you have commission breath. You shouldn't care whether or not they say yes or no. You should be more than happy to help them launch, and you should be more than happy to continue being friends with them, even if they're not interested in your gig. Because guess what? If they change their mind down the road and you treated them badly when you said no, boom. I give you an example of this. Um, she's not really a guru, but she's got a lot of clout. She had approached me about a particular system that I could do. This was about 3 years ago, I guess, maybe 2.5. And I remember this very clearly, and I want you to remember this. They approached me about the system that they were using, and they asked me some questions like, so how is it you generate leads for your business, and blah blah. I'm like, no, hello, like we always interacted. So it was like, have you just not looked at anything? Like you're just commenting just to comment. You haven't actually read a post or looked at a blog or what, like, what are you talking about? Because I was into doing leads. I like passive marketing. And I was like, and so right there, I was like, oh, they're not even looking at me. And I hate that. And look at people when you're talking to them, guys. And I was like, oh no, yeah, I'm all set. Thanks. And you know what the person said to me? This is something you never do to anyone. I don't care how badass or to the point or no bullshit you are. She said, well, when you decide to start giving value, you'll start making money. That's how she ended the prospecting conversation. A week later, I joined with one of her people. A week later, somebody came to me from her tribe and said it right and treated me correctly and got to the point and didn't make me feel like I was some sort of asshole for not saying yes. And I joined. Oh boy. Does that speak loud? That will happen to you a lot if you treat people like a paycheck. You might get some people by default because they think that you're this or that. But you know what? When they see you jumping around and they see you using people for paychecks, they will stop following you eventually, and the money will run out and the mortgage won't get paid. And that's what's up. So, with that being said, if you really want to make an impact on people's lives with network marketing or any kind of home-based business at all, and you're going to use social media to build, stop being a dick. Okay? So with that being said, I'm going to let you go. You want to reach out to me, ask any questions, anything like that, feel free to reach out to me. I've got a group called the Mind Reset Group that helps a lot with, just getting your mindset straight. And you know what? This is something I want to add to that. Your mindset doesn't have to be perfect in order to take action. What you just have to do is the action. Action will develop your mindset. Okay? It will develop your mindset. So if you want to join that right here on my fan page, you can click right over to there and answer the questions and request to join, and I'd be happy to have you over there. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. Give me a thumbs up, and if you would like notifications when I upload a video, hit the bell. And with that being said, I want to thank you all so much. If you got value, share it. I love you. Goodbye.